Hi, my name is Karen. I'm a librarian with the Maricopa County Library District, and today we're bringing you Narrative Videophone presented by the Litchfield Park Library Teen Leadership Club. What is Narrative Videophone? Narrative Videophone is a game that you play where you have a storyteller that tells a 3 to 5 minute story. They record themselves. They send that video off to the next person. That person can only watch the video one time, and then they have to record themselves telling that story and then send it off to the next person. Let's see how the Teen Leadership Club does.
Once upon a time there was a garden, and the garden was only the size of a thumbprint. The garden was made of moss and had little white flowers, and its walls were made of the sidewalk cement. And inside the garden there was a wishing well. At least, that's what the boy called it. The little boy, who was small enough to fit in the garden, approached the wishing well, and upon approaching it, he took a small gold coin from his pocket and tossed it in. He watched, he listened, and heard it sploosh, splish, and made his wish. When all of a sudden, a large green serpent arose from it, towering over him. "How dare you awake me from my slumber?" he said. The boy, trembling in fear, grabbed his sword, which was the sharpened end of a paperclip. He looked the serpent in the eyes and he said, "I only want my wish granted." The serpent, who had already decided that this boy would be a fine after-nap meal, listened in amusement. "Oh, what is your wish, boy?" The boy looked at him, and he said, "Well, I want things to change." The serpent looked at him strangely, familiarly, like this is something he has heard before. And the boy then looked up, a sparkle in his eye. "I know. I wish that you were my pet." The serpent drew back in astonishment. "Your pet?" "Yes," the boy said. "Please, I will take good care of you. I'll take you on walks, I'll feed you, I'll give you a house, or another wishing well, I guess, and I'll just take care of you." And the serpent, who said, "I have no master, I have no home. I think I would like that," looked at the boy, and the boy put his sword away and took the coin from in between the scales of the serpent and put it back in his pocket, and then ran off screaming. The end.
Okay, so once upon a time, there was a garden as big as this thumb. Its walls were made of sidewalk concrete, and there were white flowers and a wishing well, or that's what the boy called it. The boy went into the garden because he was really small and he could fit in it. And he had a little tiny gold coin, and he threw it in the swell and made a wish. As soon as he made his wish, he wished and wished, and a green serpent, a giant green serpent, came out, and he was hungry. He wanted to eat the boy after his nap. But the boy, with a sparkle in his eye, said, "Oh dear serpent, I only want my wish to be granted." And in amusement, after already deciding that this boy was already a snack, the serpent said, "Boy, what is your wish?" And the boy, with his tiny paperclip sword that was sharpened, putting it away, he said, "I wish for things to change." The boy paused, and the serpent looked at him like this has happened before. And the boy continued, I know, I want you to be my pet." And the serpent was like, "Your pet?" And the boy was like, "Yes, I will give you a home, food, a place to stay. I can even build you a house or a well. You will be my pet." And the serpent said, "Well, that is nice. I have nowhere to stay. I have no master." And so the boy took the gold coin from the serpent's scales, looked them in the eye, then turned around and ran off, screaming. The end.
Hi, my name is Noreen Lindemann. I'm the president of TLC. I've been a member for about 4 years, and I just watched the video. We've got this guy to keep us company. I have to be honest, I blanked out at one point when I was watching it, so this might not make any sense, but here it goes. So, once upon a time, there was a garden it was a tiny garden, as small as a thumb, and it had walls of concrete and white flowers trailing across the walls, and there was a wishing well in the center of the garden. And so one day a boy walked into the garden, and he was a tiny boy, like a guy Thumbelina, and he had a sword. He had a sword made out of a paperclip, a sharpened paperclip, and he also had a gold coin. So he went to the wishing well in the center of the garden, and he tossed his coin into the well, and he made a wish. And so in the well, in the bottom of the well, lived a green serpent who, I guess, waited for passerbys to throw coins into his well. So the serpent came slithering out of the well, and I don't think he actually said anything to the boy, but I think he was pretty menacing. And but yeah, I guess he was acting like he wanted to eat the boy. So the boy says, sorry, the boy says, "Please don't eat me." And I guess, and then the serpent says, the serpent's already made up his mind that he's gonna eat the boy, but I guess he's playing with him, and he says, "What is your wish, little boy?" And the boy says, I want things to change." And the serpent looks at him like someone said this before, and the boy says, I want a pet, and I want you to be my pet. I can I'll take you home, and I'll feed you, and I'll build you a well, and you'll have food and you'll have a home. And the serpent looks at him and says, okay, this is where I blanked out, but I think the serpent says, I have no home. and so the boy runs screaming out of the garden after that, because this is a really menacing serpent. Okay, that's it.
I just watched a video. Okay, so I'm Jordan Reinhardt. I am a regular member of TLC. I don't know what I'm called. And I've been in TLC for I think like 4 months. But yeah, okay, let me like say what I just watched. So basically there's this little garden, and it's really small. It's like the size of your thumb, and it's got like concrete walls, and it has white flowers and like plants along the walls, and there's a little boy who goes to the garden, and he's got like a sword, and he has a golden coin, and in the garden there's a wishing well in the middle of the garden, and this boy with his golden coin, he flicks the coin into the well and makes a wish, or he doesn't make a wish yet, he threw it in. And then there's a big serpent in the well, and he like slithers out, and he gets all like, he looks like he's bad, he looks menacing. And the boy's like, no, don't kill me. And the serpent doesn't say anything. And the boy, and then the serpent's like, the boy is like, I can have you as a pet. You can be my pet. I can take you home and feed you. And then the serpent is like, I have no home. And then the boy runs away, screaming. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. So my name is Mahi Patel, and I have been a member of TLC for around, I want to say 4 or 5 months, and I'm a regular member. So the story goes, from what I've heard, is that there is a very, very small garden, like thumb size small, and the garden is lined with a stone wall which has white flowers and plants on it. And in this garden there's a well, but before the well there was a little boy who came up to the garden and saw the well, and he has a gold coin. The little boy, by the way, is very, very small, smaller than the garden, and he has a sword and a gold coin, and he goes up to the well and throws the gold coin inside of the well. And once he throws the gold coin, a very menacing, mean-looking serpent comes out. And the serpent the little boy was like, "You can come to my home and I will feed you and take care of you." But the serpent is like, I don't have a home, and then attacks the boy, but the boy has a sword and fights it off. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think they did an awesome job. So if you want to have a little bit of fun with your friends, try Narrative Videophone. And we'll see you next time.